Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
My name is Asensio Solis.
Thank you. We're here today on an out-of-county warrant of the Yuma County Superior Court. It's for a probation violation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in Yuma County. I'm setting an arraignment hearing on July 18th at 8:30 in the Yuma County Superior Court. Because this is a violation of probation, Yuma County is asking to hold you non-bondable right now. So I am going to hold you non-bondable. Your attorney can argue for your release once you get down to Yuma County. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, all that'll be in your paperwork. Go ahead and grab that and take a seat. Bruce Poetz to the podium, and then Jessica Pagan to the chair, please.
Bruce is in the safety cell, sir.
Is he? Oh, okay, I didn't have that one marked on here. So Jessica Pagan to the podium. Good morning again. May I have your name and date of birth?
June 10, 88.
Thank you. I did recall your case. I know you were just here on the 8 o'clock calendar. I recalled your case because I was notified from Maricopa County Sheriff's Office that essentially if I release you on this case, there is still that hold from the Marshal's Office. Essentially what's going to happen is they're not going to be able to release you until the Marshal's Office does something on their hold. The problem that could pose is that you could still be in custody, but yet marked as released on your case, so they wouldn't transport you to your next hearing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a secured bond in the amount of $50, that placeholder bond that you and I had spoke about earlier today. That's going to change your date to move your dates up, and so that you can speak with your attorney quicker as well about what to do on this case versus the federal case. Also, hopefully it'll kind of jar something loose on the federal case as well. Unfortunately, I don't have more information on that, but just to give you a heads up, you'll have that $50 secured bond. Your hearings will now be on the 22nd and the 24th. We'll get you some modified paperwork, but other than that, everything else is the same as it was this morning. I just wanted to bring you in and let you know about that, okay?
So, can I talk?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So I have to pay the $15 and that's it?
So the issue is because there's still that federal hold. Even if you paid the $50, it's possible that you wouldn't be released because of the federal case. I don't have the ability to change anything or to appoint you counsel or anything on the federal case. So what I would suggest doing is, do you have contact information for your probation officer on the federal case?
No.
Okay. I was kind of afraid of that. I'm appointing you an attorney in this case. Your contact information for your attorney will be on your paperwork. You may want to reach out to them and see what they can try to get a hold of with the federal case. Because there's that federal hold, even if you post a bond in this case, it's possible they don't let you out. And that's my only concern is that there's going to be a hold, and if you post that bond, they're going to keep you here anyway. So contact your attorney, see what they can try to get arranged in terms of that. I know that's very frustrating, and I definitely feel you on that. But it's my understanding that the Marshal's Office has that hold. Unless you get a hold of the Marshal's Office, you may not be released even if you post that bond.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But contact your attorney, see what your attorney can get arranged for you as well, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and grab your paperwork and have a seat. Any luck? So we're still trying to get an interpreter for the other matter that we have, but the 3 cases that are all marked as house calls, is there a reason they can't be brought to court today?
Sir Bruce Post, he was deemed dangerous self, placed in a safety cell, non-accused suicide watch.
Okay.
Damien Moore, he was placed in a holding tank for bizarre behaviour and being unstable, sir.
And then Noble Cruz?
He's here, sir.
Oh, I had him marked as a house call. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Noble Cruz to the podium. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Noble Cruz.
Thank you very much. So we're here today on what's called a fugitive from justice case. Did you have the opportunity to review that placard that they handed to you before you came into court? Okay. I'm going to go over everything with you. I just want to make sure you had the opportunity to read through that, okay? There is an out-of-state warrant out of Texas. It's a felony warrant. So you do have a choice to make at this time. You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to Texas within 30 days, or you can demand an extradition hearing and the governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you're sent back to Texas. If you choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you would be held non-bondable in the Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days, and that time would start tomorrow as long as there is nothing else pending against you in Arizona. If you do have pending charges against you in Arizona, that 30-day period would not begin until those charges are resolved. If you choose to have an extradition hearing, I will set a hearing in the Downtown Superior Court on July 29th at 1:30 p.m. I cannot appoint you an attorney in this case because extradition matters are civil in nature, but you do have the right to hire an attorney at your own expense if you choose. I am setting a bail in this case, so you could be released back into the community if you do set bond. It's a $250,000 secured bond. So you could be in the community, but you still do need to attend that next court date. If you missed that next court date, even if you were out on bond, another warrant could be issued for your arrest. Governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you back to Texas, and that process could take up to 90 days. So you have those two different options. Do you understand what your two options are today?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions about those options?
All right. Yeah, I have a question.
Go right ahead.
When I waive it, 30 days, but he said it can extend to 90.
So no, so if you waive your right to an extradition hearing, you're basically saying, Texas, come and get me, I'm willing to go back. The 30-day time period starts tomorrow, and Texas has 30 days to come and get you. If at the end of that 30 days, that time has expired and Texas hasn't come and picked you up, you should be released. Texas could take a couple of days to come and get you. They could take 29 days. But if you hit that 30 days, that full 30 days, and they haven't come and picked you up, then you should be released back into the community. If we go with the route where you're contesting, basically saying, I don't agree to go back, that's when I set the initial hearing in the Downtown Phoenix Superior Court. That whole process to do the whole extradition process could take up to 90 days.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions about your two options? Okay.
I understand. I'll waive it.
You want to do the waiver today? Okay, I do have to ask you some questions to make sure you're making this decision under your own free will. So did you read the waiver of extradition paperwork?
I read it.
Do you understand that you do not have to sign this paperwork?
Understand.
Do you understand that you have the right to an extradition hearing if you choose?
Right.
Do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
Understand.
Do you understand that you have the right to demand that the governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you are returned?
Understood.
Do you understand that if I set an extradition hearing, you do have the right to bail in this case?
Understood.
Do you want to give up those rights and sign the waiver of extradition paperwork?
But I'm signing a waiver, yes.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign this paperwork?
Not at all.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication within the last 24 hours that affects your ability to make a decision?
Not at all.
I do find that you knowingly, intelligently, or voluntarily are signing the waiver, and I am also signing it. I am directing the Sheriff's Office to notify the requesting state that you are ready to return. The requesting state does have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up unless there are local charges pending. If there are local charges pending, that 30-day period will not start until the conclusion of that case. Do you have any questions?
Not at all.
We're going to have you go ahead and step up here. There's a couple of pages that you have to sign, and then we'll get you on your way.